as a place where the soldiers of the socialist system and also the pioneers, the youth in the German Democratic Republic, line up on this place for manifestations, for political events, for example, and for this reason the place was changed after the Second World War. And during the time of the concentration camp, I told you this was the central place here, where the inmates had to line up for counting them. It was before they had to go to the work and also after the work. Before they had to go to work, it was not very long, this procedure, because the guards and so on, they would like to have that the inmates go very fast to the work. But after the work, the guards, for example, used this procedure on the master ground for terrorizing the inmates. It means that the inmates had to line up on this place after a very hard work of 12 hours in general. They had to line up when it was very hot or it was very cold, when it rained, when it snowed. The hall for the heating, 41 to the hall 21 on this place as the V2 rocket production took place. And this was the part of the V1 and V2 rocket production from the hall 20 to the hall 1. There was a plane called Junker, Junker's Flugzeugwerke, which produced engines for planes, and it was departed from the V1 and V2 rocket production. And the inmates worked only in the V1 and V2 rocket production, not in the plane.
Thank you.
How did they transport the materials out of the tunnels? Was it only through these two entrances, or is there another exit?
There was another entrance on the other side. It is in the direction of the little town Elrich. And the workers for the plane plants there come from the other side of the tunnel system. And this was the entrance from the side of the former concentration camp. And there were also trains which can come into the tunnel A and tunnel B and can transport the completed rockets outside of the tunnel system.
So here we are, we're walking along Tunnel A, Thedora concentration camp. This is where they made the V1, V2 rockets, and where the prisoners slept. There's JF Lockhart.
Before you had two German countries, but when the Allied troops divided Germany into 4 parts, this border, this demarcation line, was all you had really. The barrier pole and the border post, which was everything. You could hardly see where the British occupation zone ended and the Soviet occupation zone started. But overnight there was a border, and the only people who were legally allowed to cross it were Allied troops, home returning soldiers, and refugees from the former border, from the former East German parts. So Germany lost a lot of its area after the Second World War, and those people who tried to find a new home, they were allowed to cross this border, everybody else not. And you have the situation like in Berlin, overnight there's a border and families are separated. Your sister lives in the other occupation zone and you can't visit her anymore. It stays like this. That's a really little model. And at this fence you have self-shooting systems attached. These are not guns, but also mines, splinter mines, SM-70, splinter mines, 70. They're attached in 3 lines on the fence, and they have those contact wires. And if you touch them, the mine will explode. And you really see it. It's made like this that a lot of the refugee is hit by this mine. And it's absolutely fatal. You can't survive such a mine. We, for instance, had the case that somebody survived such a wooden box mine. He stepped on it, He lost his leg, but somehow managed to get to the last fence, and then people from West Germany helped him over the fence, although they were not allowed to be there. He then got help in the hospital in Duderstadt, and he survived. But here, it's not possible. He will bleed. He will start bleeding. Sometimes maybe you have seen round watchtowers. This was a step between the wooden tower and those ones. But those round towers, they had a big problem.
It's getting very close to being a very close up with me. It's like that off my face.
Ach so. Nimm das Ding da weg.
I don't know if I was asleep or
Ja,
not.
ich hasse das immer.
Na? Wir kriegen hier Pause hin.
Filmst du noch die ganze Zeit? Ja. Oh Mensch, Mädel.